Let's learn everything about unreconciled entries and how you can deal with it in Xenett. So first of all, let's understand how the transactions are pulled here. So there is a configuration and there are some accounts that are mapped. So whatever accounts that are mapped, the uncleared transactions will be pulled automatically from those accounts. So let's just say tomorrow, if you add a new account, bank account, credit card account, you can configure it and it will start pulling it up, right? So that's that. When you click on expand all, the best part about this is that you don't have to go through different reconciliation, just like you would do in QuickBooks or Xero. You can find all unreconciled transactions for all the bank and credit card accounts on one page itself. So that's like a beauty. Now in this particular case, let's just say we are looking at Bank of America. There is a last reconciled entry is this one, and these are the list of transactions. Now let's also understand when we say unreconciled entries. So these transactions are such that have not yet cleared from the bank account yet, right? So it's not really about whether the transaction is reconciled or not. Even if it has cleared from the bank, let's just say you have only recorded transactions from the bank feed but not yet reconciled, even those transactions will not show up, because the main purpose of reviewing these transactions is to make sure that there are no such transactions remaining unclear that are like not genuine, right? So you can review all these transactions and decide whether this transaction should stay uncleared or not. All right, so this is purely based on whether the transaction has cleared from the bank yet or not. Now another thing is that right now we are looking at March transactions, so it kind of gives you all the transactions as of March. Now imagine if there were any such transactions, if those were also cleared after the March, let's just say in April or May, then also it will not show those transactions as well, because we only want you to deal with all the remaining uncleared transactions, and you can then take appropriate action. Now further, you will see this icon here for some of the transactions. So there are some logics that we have written, and based on that it's gonna flag it. So let's just say if there are transactions like transfer entries, deposit entries, ACH payments, journal entries that you don't typically expect to remain uncleared, then you're gonna see that flag. Also, like if there are checks, because checks may have a different validity in terms of getting clear from the bank. So if there are checks, if it has number, then it may not show the flag unless and until it has crossed 180 days. So that way you can look at those transactions with this flag, and you can then find out like why this particular transaction has not cleared, whether it was duplicated, and based on that you can take appropriate action. So let's just say, and there are some quick actions that you can take from here. So let's just say you feel like, hey, these transactions were all duplicated, I mean they should not be here. You can also do bulk select from here, and you could just say delete transactions, and then you can apply it, all these transactions will be deleted. Likewise, if you need to ask something before deleting to your client, just do the same thing, ask question, and you can even ask questions on those transactions as well to your client as well from here, right? If you say that, let's just say for whatever reason, if you notice some transactions that are good to go and you don't want to take any actions on that, you also believe that these transactions will get cleared in the future, there's a way, it's called mark as reviewed. When you do that, those transactions will then disappear from this list, right? So this is how you can deal with unreconciled transactions in Xenett.